Hi, congratulations on being here and watching this free information video. I'm very excited to be sharing this with you. This has changed my life and many other people's lives around the world. So let's get into it. Imagine a business where just 21 sales can pay you that amount of dollars. And yes, I am mostly going to be speaking in Australian dollars, folks, because I'm in Australia. 3 secrets to building a high profit side hustle in 2025. Even if you have no idea where to start, no following, no tech experience, and without building something from scratch, you can do this. So a little bit about me for the people that have never met me. My name is Kaz. I've been a single mum for over 10 years, raising 2 young adults and building my life around, with different kinds of work. I've had experience in low ticket affiliate marketing. I've run a traditional business from home. I've worked in the film and television as crew, and I've seen firsthand the differences between running a traditional business, working online, and more recently exploring the benefits of high ticket affiliate marketing. In 2023, I sold my house to travel around Australia with my daughter and our 2 dogs in a very small hybrid compact caravan. We set off in January 24. We kicked off in Queensland Central Coast here in Australia, then went down into New South Wales, all the way then back into Queensland, all the way to the very top of Australia, the furthest most tip, which is called Cape York, then through the Northern Territory, went to the centre, Uluru, Kataruta National Park, way over to WA, Western Australia, then down to South Australia, back into New South Wales, back into Queensland, and finished in March 25. As of this recording, I may very well be back on the road in my caravan or overseas somewhere. My beautiful daughter is the one that actually found this business towards the end of 24. She asked me to take a look, and I was like, we're in. Yes, we both do this business. But what I am most passionate about is now helping women, especially those in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, but also in your 40s, to tap into your full potential and live your best life. With a wealth of life experience and, unfortunately, little superannuation, I'm fully committed to building my business and helping others, you, create the life that you deserve. Okay, enough about me. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. So what does that actually mean? Whether it be in health and fitness, whether you're thinking about this or not, when you can promote a service, you can actually make money from it. And these are serious problems of people experiencing, suffering from in the world at the moment. So again, health and fitness. People want to be healthier. They want to be fitter. They want longevity. They want to live longer. Where a lot more people are into preventative medicine, particularly I think since COVID, they no longer want that Band-Aid effect. People's income no longer has the value that it had 4 or 5 years ago beyond. So inflation, the cost of living has gone up. Like me, no or very little retirement superannuation funds to look forward to. Environmental impacts, the toll it's taking on our world, on us personally, leading into chemicals, toxins in our houses, in environment, preventative diseases, and people want to stop using single-use plastic. So these are all problems that we can solve. Contaminations in your water. This is a little study on microplastics in 93% of bottled water. It's horrible. It's yeah. And then you go, okay, well, what about tap water? This is what our tap water pipes look like, full of, carcinogens. Can't say that word, but you know what I mean. And things in the pipes that, like basically they're doing that to the pipes. Imagine what they're doing to us. And some of these chemicals are banned in other countries. I'm talking about it here in Australia. You have to do your own research about the chemicals that you have in your tap water. But in Australia, they have found chemicals, drugs, Sediments like rust, chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, dyes, lead, hundreds of others that lead to cancer. So, we're doing this, we're just washing our hands, we're bathing in it, we're washing our laundry, we're giving it to our pets, we're watering our plants, we're brushing our teeth. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about active hydrogen. Products that we promote originated in what we call the blue zones. If you haven't looked up the blue zones, do look it up. Basically, it's where people around the world have lived to 100 and beyond. And one of the main things that they found is that the water that they were drinking was rich in active hydrogen. Kangen water has the highest antioxidant content compared to any liquid on the planet. So these antioxidants benefit the body by neutralizing, removing free radicals from your bloodstream. Okay, here are some peer reviews that you can look up about, active hydrogen water. But just be wary, any company that is doing anything big, you will find negative reviews just on Google. So don't just go to Google. If you actually want more substantial, correct information, go to a website called PubMed or Google Scholar and look up molecular hydrogen, not Kangen water. And there you will be able to see all the peer reviews on the benefits of this. Here's a bunch of different doctors and scientists who are specialists in their field and have written books on the importance of hydration and the molecular hydrogen. But I know you're here to make money. Just going to drink my water. Here's what the products look like. So these are the different iodizing water machines. If you don't know anyone that wants to buy these or you don't know anything about them, that's the point of using social media, creating ad contacts, etc. So you can go, you promote them to complete strangers. You do not have to, promote them to your friends and family, unless of course you want to. In the 1970s, a Japanese scientist discovered a way to actually mimic this miracle water from the blue zones. So you can have access to these lovely water ionizers that create the active molecular hydrogen. So we can have them right now on our kitchen bench. So people don't have to line up for hours at where the natural water source is. Okay. Enagic. So this is the company that we partner with. And these products are actually sold in hospitals all over Japan and, of course, are becoming more and more popular with celebrities and athletes who are understanding how important it is to be hydrated on that molecular level. So Enagic is a leader in manufacturing this medical grade water ionizers that make this miracle beautiful water since 1974. It is almost 51 years old. It's based in Osaka in Japan. So this company is older than Apple. Incredible, isn't it? So they're the only medical ionizer company in the world with its own OME manufacturing facility in Japan and iOS certified quality control process. So what does that mean? It means that they make everything in their own factory. So every bit of components that go to make these lovely products are made in their factory. So they have complete, control over the quality of those products. Here's some of the certifications that we have, Enagic has. And it's in over 23 countries, 40 locations, meaning that you've partnered with the company you can make money from anywhere in the world. So you can go and live in a different country that there's an Enagic office and still be doing your business, and of course anywhere that you have Wi-Fi, the internet. So, it's important to know that you're not getting involved in some, random crypto sale e-buy thing where you can spend thousands of dollars on a course with no product, no support, a website that you don't even know how to run. This company's been around for a long time. This is the beautiful K8, their latest water ionizer machine. I have two of these, by the way. So it's one machine, but it produces 5 types of water. So it changes the pH level. So you can make your household become chemical free. The different levels you can use for, cleaning, there's beauty water, so instead of expensive toners, and then the drinking water, and then the different level again for cleaning, etc. So this lovely, gorgeous machine replaces, on the average family of four, $3,000 worth of expenses. Think, what am I trying to say here? So instead of buying bottled water, if you already buy bottled water, I don't, I've always avoided it. All-purpose cleaners, replace that. Your bleachers, your laundry detergent, like I was talking about before, your makeup, your toner, no longer have to buy them, ladies. You can use it for deodorant, you can use it for a hair conditioner, disinfects, mouthwash, hand sanitizer, and so much more. So that's why over a period of time you can save so much. And these, by the way, these machines last over 30 years. So do the math calculations if you're that way inclined. So what is better for you, your family, or anyone else in your life? The lovely Kangen machine, or all those products, which again, a single-use plastic. I actually am a great believer, certainly here in Australia, that just about every household will have one of these. In the UK, in the US, just everywhere that this company exists, more and more people are going to have it on their kitchen bench. Whew. This water ionizer market is expected to grow by 8.7% every year until 2032. In 24, the ionizer market was valued at 2.74 billion and is expected to grow 5.77 billion by 2023. I reckon it's probably going to be more than that. And Nagic alone did over 1 billion sales in 22. Getting an income with the Nagic. How to create an income online to fund those travels, your lifestyle, pay your bills, pay out your mortgage, get yourself your first home loan, invest in a property, invest in shares, whatever that lifestyle looks for you. So let's dive into that business model. First, I have to just show you the income and earning disclaimer. Why we have to put this up, because everyone's different. Everyone's got different work ethics. Your work ethics could be completely different to mine. How quickly you build this business is going to vary so much because we are individuals. Okay, it's okay, if you don't understand all of this, you can still make a ridiculous amount of money. This business works best for everyone when it's super simple. You don't need to know all about molecular hydrogen straight away, or the 100 or so different uses of the water. We're here to support you and you will be trained. This is not your typical MLM, which stands for multi-level marketing or direct sales, or it's certainly not a pyramid scheme or anything like that. By the way, pyramid schemes are illegal, but I'm not going to go into that. It is a fair online system that I personally have ever come across. I've done low ticket affiliate marketing. I know what I'm talking about. And there is someone that referred myself and my daughter, and then someone that refers you, and then refers them, and so on and so on. And guess what? You can out earn the people that referred you. You're not stuck under them. You progress. You are not paid on where you start or who is above you. You are paid based on selling a physical product. And by the way, it's also part of the Direct Selling Association. So you don't have to buy a bunch of products. You don't have to keep inventory. You don't have to deal with customers. You don't have to worry about the deliveries. No licensing, no limit of referrals. You get paid daily, 9 different income streams, no building of websites, location freedom, which I talked about before. You can start this part-time. If you've got a part-time job now, you do it aside that. If you've got a full-time job, you do it beside that. It is truly an amazing passive income model. Ooh, yes. This company is so incredibly unique that they patented this commission structure. How much would 10K per month help your current situation? So the 10K per month goal. So this is with the K8 machines. Pays Australian 2,400 per sale once you get up to a really high level. Only requires 5 sales with them per month can earn you that amount of money. Here, of course, as I've been talking about, the K8 machine is the flagship product. The ionizer basically comes with a license to make money. Hence why so many people are taking out finance to invest in them. So just to buy one of these machines, you can do so for around Australian $30 a week in repayments. I mean, that's not a lot anymore, is it? If you can afford a cup of coffee a day, then you can afford to make money online. K8 is the flagship product, but there are other products that you can actually purchase. By the way, if you didn't already know this, that our adult bodies are made up of 70% of water, so we really do need to keep hydrated. Let me just talk about the Quad, the Ultimate Health and Wealth Starter Kit. So that's K8 machine. It's rich in antioxidant. And then here's the lovely Anespa. The Anespa connects to your shower or bathtub. And so it filters out 100% of chlorine, bacteria, heavy metals, dyes, etc. So you know that you're actually getting beautiful water. When I use it, it's like this silky. I personally feel like the silkiness is over my skin. By the way, I have all of these 4 products plus 2 K8 machines. One I keep in my caravan, the other one I bought for my elderly parents. So the beautiful, wonderful M-Guard, it harmonizes the environment from EMF, basically stops radiation from 5G towers, from air fires, mobile phones, cell phones, microwaves, all things, that are in that radiation, factor. And it works up to around 8 meters radius. Ukon, the last product we have, again, is when I talked about the blue zone earlier, people that live to 100 years of age. Well, one of those areas in Japan is where this turmeric actually comes from, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong if I try and say it, but it's Okinawa. Like I said, it's one of those blue zones in Japan, and that's where this beautiful chemical-free wild turmeric is grown. It's available in a few different forms. You can get it capsule form, you can get it in tea, and in some countries you can get it in soap. Here in Australia, we can get it in all those formats. Woo! Let's talk about the numbers. So when people start on a quad, which is also generally the most common way to start in this business because of the potential. So for instance, if you make 11 sales to 20 sales, this is the commission that you'll get. If you go into a fast track, this is the commission that you can get. Here's a different fast track. For this one's like 2 Anespas, a K8, the M-Guard, and Ukon. And then there's a different way of doing a fast track. So Anespa, 2 K8 machines, M-Guard, and Ukon. So this is the fast track plan that I have because I've got 2 K8s. So you can see there how it increases depending on which products that you actually own and then also get to sell people. I know there's a lot of different ways and a lot of numbers here, so I hope I don't lose you too much. I also threw in this slide for anyone that's in Europe or the UK, that potential of earnings. So that the quad strategy is, again, the 4 products. You can then start with as little around $70 per week Australian weekly payments. And then you actually get a cash back. So what does that mean? So, okay, one of these products become your main product, like for me, it's this one. And then I've actually sold these 3 products to myself. So I immediately get money back. So you can use this money that you get back to pay off your repayments for that period of time. So like that then gives you around 6 weeks of repayment. So you just set that money aside and that will help pay back those repayments. So you will then get a return of your investment. I didn't even know what ROI stood for, with 4 quad sales. And then once you go beyond that, so your first quad sales in your business, you earn that sort of commission. the next 6 quads. And then if you do another 10 sales, you're up there. Oof. And you've only, invested $70 weekly to get into this business? Mind blowing. Okay, so you can actually really get in the big bucks, which we call 6A. That's just a rank, by the way. So you just start duplicating that quad strategy. You can collapse the time frame to make sure that you hit a far higher rank in a far, like 3 times faster, as then helping change people health, changing everyone's bank accounts. It gets bigger and bigger. So you can see how quickly that is, opposed to if you were just staying with only owning and selling a K8 single machine. Woohoo! So we're just going to up it a little bit. So how much would 15K per month help in your current situation? Got to recover here. Let that just sink in for a minute. Oh, this is what it means when you can have 1 or 2 sales per month, be earning the same full-time salary as an engineer or someone else that's gone on had to do 4 years at university. Whew, and landed with a HECS bill. So, sorry, anyone for overseas, if you don't know what a HECS bill is, in Australia we have to pay for university. So that's the debt to pay off, those years at university that you've been. Whew, gosh. So yeah, 1 or 2 sales a month, guys. This is what I call true freedom. And then, like I said before, we talk about ranking up, getting up and up into that 6A plus. This is where bonuses kick in, and they have what's called a legacy. So basically, this is like a retirement plan for you. This Japanese company, they are famous for having a 500 to 1,000 year business plan, which totally blows my mind because being in Australia, one of the more younger Anglo-Saxon countries, we're flat out planning for 5 or 10 years. So as you know, many people now expect to work into their 70s. In Australia, I was brought up that you retire when you're about 60, 63 if you were a female. It was once upon a time males were retiring by 65. Now you'd be lucky to retire before you're 70. Even if you have, again, Australian dollars, don't know what it would be in euros, but it would probably have to be, more than 1 million in your super, and then you retire, it'll work out to be about $600 a week to live on. That doesn't pay hardly anything in anymore. In Australia, people's rents are getting on beyond $600, $700, $800 or more here, and I know that's certainly gotten quite high overseas as well. So are you truly happy in your current job? And if you are, that's fantastic. You could still be doing this business and be, doing your current job. Have you ever stopped to calculate how much time you spend working versus actually living? What's your plan for creating a life that you love, not just the one to survive? So this is what we mean by legacy, and where bonuses start to kick in when you reach this level. And that's for life, folks. Exit the matrix by getting this sort of level where you get up to generational wealth, global profit shares, which means that you're sharing more of the profits that are made globally. You walk on the stage and you receive that sort of amount in a check. I know it's really weird for us Australians to see that word check because we don't really deal in checks anymore. And then, of course, you get that 5,000 monthly bonus. And the other special thing is you get to plant your own bonsai tree and have your own sign here once you reach the legacy. Yes. How do we actually make sales? I suppose this is the big question that we all get a lot, where we really tap into our system that I mentioned a little bit earlier that has proven to work and convert for people of all different ages, of all different backgrounds, all different walks of life, to generate these amazing incomes from this online business. Yes, we do leverage social media to make sales, which result in someone getting started in your team. And this is where you start earning the commissions. Okay, so I'm going to touch on this. Oh, I don't want to post on social because people might judge me, etc. I've got a question for you. People that make judgments don't pay your bills. They don't pay your mortgage. They don't get you that retirement plan superannuation. They don't send you on luxury holidays, fly first class around the world, do they? So what really genuinely gets you fired up to wake up every morning and need you to stop worrying about what other people think? Who gives a bleep about what other people think? I suppose you've got two options. You can worry about what they think, and you can stay exactly where you are in your current situation and continue to exchange your precious time for money until you retire, if you're lucky to retire before you're 70. Or you can learn the skills, step outside of your comfort zone, and let fear of judgment push you to create bigger and better things and a hell of a lot more freedom. There are over 8 billion people in the world, and 5 billion of them are on social media and can be consuming your content. So you could start creating content, inviting people to masterclasses, info, videos, webinars, and things that get the eyes on your offer. Leverage social media. It may look like, whether you want to use Instagram, Facebook. I know people generally over their 40s are more likely to be on Facebook or Instagram, but you can also look into using TikTok as well. Some people actually market on LinkedIn, thinking a little bit out of the box there. We do personal branding. So, personal branding is not that all about being salesy and pushing products onto other people. We just simply start sharing our life, our lifestyle. What are we passionate about? What gets us excited about this business or excited about the possibilities of what we can start to do in this business and how we start showing up and in our own lives, living that fulfillment and just not letting things hold us back so much. Being the authentic you. These are little examples of people in the business too, by the way. So Maddie's in our team. She's actually, you could say, above me, and she's only 21. Denise is in her 50s. But also you might go, okay, do I need loads and loads of followers? Well, no, you don't at all, actually. Carter, who's younger than me, I'm pretty sure Carter's only in his 20s. As you can see here, when the screenshot was taken, he's got quite a low number of followers, and yet he's rocking it, and he was able to quit his normal 9-to-5 job. Let's talk about the normal average business, traditional business, whatever you want to call it. Huge startup cost. And did you know that 1 in 5 of those traditional business fail in the first year? Most do not make profit for at least 2 to 3 years. Typically, the businesses aren't successful until 5 or 7 years later. I know with my traditional business, it wasn't making profit. Sure, it was paying my bills and putting food on the table, a little bit extras, but not much. So, let's chat about creating your own traditional business compared to an Enagic business. High overheads, wearing all the hats. I did that. It's exhausting. Opposed to the Enagic business, low startup cost, support all year round, no overhead, no employees, amazing community. I don't have to wear all the hats. I learn new skills. I get supported in learning my own skills. I can do this anywhere in the world, and doesn't take a lot of sales before I get my return of investment. Woohoo! When it comes to borrowing money, let's say you take out $100,000 worth of a loan to buy a brand new car, or maybe it's not even brand new these days. Congratulations, you did it. But you know what? That car is never going to make you any money. It actually loses money. We know it decreases in profit. The moment you drive that car away, it's already lost value. Whereas you could take out a small amount of money to start up a business online and, make money. However, a lot of people will get, be careful, that can be risky. It's far more risky getting a loan for a car that particularly if you've forgotten to take out insurance before you drove it away from the car sale dealership and heaven forbid it gets written off. It happens. I know it's probably less going to happen with people like us in our 40s, 50s, or 60s because we've lived the life and we know to get that insurance taken out, but it's still a big risk. And like I said, it decreases in value. So what you need to ask yourself is a hard question. Have you got the work ethic to commit to investing 1 hour a day to build this business in 6 months? You will have 6 months of excuses, or will you have 6 months of progress? The choice is yours. And if you are serious about changing your life, your current situation, retiring before you're 65 or 75, will you be investing your money to earn yourself money? If you don't want to invest your money, you're going to be stuck in the job that you're in now. If you don't build up this magnificent business when you've got no retirement fund or superannuation. What does freedom mean to you? For me personally, it means that I get to travel more. I get to travel around the world. I get to go to just about every country I've always wanted to go and see. I'll be able to fly first class, not economy class. Australia's a long way away from Europe, or the US for that matter. Does your current job or daily routine reflect the freedom? How do you think freedom affects your overall happiness? What would not being moving forward in this opportunity, what would it actually cost you? And I don't just mean in the dollar value either, by the way. So don't let another 5 years go past, because some of us don't have a lot of years, to just let 5 years go past. And here's a quick little thing on the $1 million strategy. So I'm about to wrap this up. But if you could make, the 250K a year, 37 sales, it's not a massive number, is it? If you want to make more, 75 sales a year, that's not a massive number either. Lots of people wait all day for 5 p.m., whatever that 5 p.m. looks for you, or all week waiting for the Friday, or what your equivalent is of the Friday, waiting for the right time. Waiting for, there is no right time or wrong time, and tomorrow is never promised. I am sure you are here today because there is something going on in your life that's not okay, whether that is your finances aren't really that good, you haven't got enough money to retire on, you haven't got enough finances to even go on a vacation, you're struggling to pay your bills. The only wrong action is to take no action whatsoever. We shouldn't do things that are just comfortable. Otherwise, we haven't progressed any further in life. If you want something you've never had before, you have to be prepared to do something that you've never done before. Your entire life can change right now. Okay, here you are, and here are your next steps. So you either love it and you're all in, like sign me up now, or you're scared and you are in, but you don't, or you don't like it and you're not in. All you need to do is reach out to me today and say, yes, I'm in. I want to jump on a call. I've got some questions. Yes, I'm in. I'm scared of everything. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to trust the process. Or, of course, this isn't for me. I don't want to make money this way. I'm not interested. So the 3 steps are: book your free clarity call with me. Get clear on your goals and visions. Book your discovery call with our wonderful team. They are there to support you on how to get started. And then, of course, you just partner with an adjunct. There is no hard selling. The decision is yours to make. But take action and take it fast. And by the way, do not ask broke people their opinion. If they don't make money online, how can they answer your questions? And end of the day, it's like $5 a day to make an investment that can possibly make you loads and loads of money. And if you do join our community, I would be so incredibly excited to help you build this business and celebrate with you and make your way onto that legacy income. Right, That's it. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are in the world.